with one more person of your choice, and then we can be able to see, to hear how the week have been since the last time that we were here on this mentorship class. Let's hear. I can't hear you, Nagilai.
Telling Daktari she can go ahead and unmute.
Daktari, tell us how your week have been.
Okay, Daktari says she's not able to speak. Maybe in a short minute.
Pick somebody
so
else.
We can give this to Paul Guti.
Paul Guti, let's go. Paul, good evening. Are you there? Good evening.
Yes.
Paul, your internet has got a little challenge.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
This is Dr.
Hello,
Mackenzie.
go ahead. Dr. Carry on.
Yes. Hello, everybody, and thank you for this opportunity. My week has been fantastic.
Wow.
It has been very fruitful, not only learning more on leadership. As some of you know, I'm a director in a school. So we have been aggressively using some of the things that we have learned in this class, where you need to put policies and structures in place whereby you don't have to be there, but things are still moving. So I can say that the mentorship class has been favorable and has opened other opportunities of seeking even more mentorship in other areas of leadership, especially here in Kenya. It's definitely different from how it is in the US. But overall, I can say that this class has opened many opportunities to make sure that things are on your calendar, to say no to things that really don't add value, to make sure that your mind, your spirit, your physical person is in alignment with what your purpose is. So I can say, yeah, this has been a fantastic week.
Wow. Thank you, Daktari. That was amazing. That was great. And I'm happy to hear that some of the lessons that we are running here, we are able to implement these lessons. Asante sana, Daktari. Because of time, allow me to go straight to our this evening discussions on how to attract money to run business. And when I saw this topic, I remembered, the time that I was starting business. And one of the challenges that was a real challenge was getting money, especially to supply orders. My first business was actually to supply stationeries. And I was very aggressive to look for orders. I remember one time I got an order from Action Aid, and the order was 120,000. I did not know where to get the money from. And I remember that I had a friend of mine who was lending money at 5% per month. And that's why I got the money. I did not do my own calculation properly, that the profit I was getting from the order, it was all eaten up. And actually, I got a loss. So those are some of the challenges of new ventures and new businesses. And that's why this topic is very interesting on how to attract money. And we can look at it in different ways, other than the startups. We can look at it at the existing businesses. And I'll be able to speak about existing ventures on how you can be able to increase more attraction to resources, to money, and we share a few things that we do in our organization, and they can be able to help you. Of course, there are people who say, I want to start a business. I can go out there, borrow money from my own shama or from my own cooperative, or I can go to the bank and do a working capital, or I can go to microfinance and borrow, you know, all those strategies. But I'll be focusing on those who are already running their own ventures, like Dr. Mackenzie, on how now to increase the volume of the revenue that's coming in your organization. And of course, you know, money has power. You know, you can tell when the business is struggling with money, you can tell this business is struggling because there is shortage of money or there are cash flow issues. And I remember the other day, I have a friend of mine who runs a business in outside Kenya, you know, and she came here during the safari rally. And when some friends are struggling to drive to Naivasha, this gentleman just hired a shopper, you know, to go and be able to view the safari rally from up, you know, and the whole half a day, the shopper was on this person. Can you imagine? That's the power of money. That means even as do businesses, the money can be able to do more things, not only for your business, but also for your leisure, also for the things that you love doing. So we can be able to think, how else can we increase this flow? We widen the pipe of flow of money so that we can be like that friend of mine. You know, some people say it's a waste, but it is her life, it is his life, so it's not a waste. And of course, money is very interesting. So the time it decides to disappear, you know, like it did in one time in my business. I used to run a tours and travel business, and I had challenges with getting this flow to the organization. And I remember that time I was auctioned, you know, all the cars were auctioned. They were all gone because of cash flow problems. So even I discussed how to attract this money, also how to retain is also very, very important. Of course, somebody made a joke about money that when you know that maybe Henry has got a lot of cash. So if people discover that Henry have got a lot of cash, what happens? You also attract friends. That means money can also attract friends. And when the money disappears, the friends also disappears. Those who have read my story in my first book, Saul like an eagle, you know, the time I was down, even the friends, they all disappeared. So money is very interesting. And the money has got some powers. You know, of course, you know, God has the biggest power, but money has got some powers. And there are some trades that I have seen when I do this mentorship on the trades to do with money and how these trades can help us to attract this resource called the money. And one of the trades that I have seen with money make the business to succeed. So the business success is dependent on the amount of cash flows that you are generating, the amount of money that you are attracting. And the business success cannot be a success if there is some shortages of money within the business. They call it cash flow management. And I remember that most of the businesses, when people come to me and say, hey, George, how can I improve my cash flows? I know I have been able to assist a few of them on how to make an arrangement with financial institutions, whereby when the money supply is in short, you are able to borrow working capital on a short-term basis. And of course, there are ways of borrowing working capital so that you don't borrow working capital to finance long-term investments. That is very dangerous because working capital, you pay it in 6 months, in 1 year or 2 years. Even as you go for working capital as a money supply source, ensure that you are only encouraging a short-term investment. Otherwise, you'll be strained. And that's the power. That's the trend of money. Number two is money makes communities smile. You know, money makes communities happy. So when your venture is generating money, what is happening? You are creating jobs. When you create jobs, what happens to the communities? Communities are becoming happier because they are getting their source of revenue. This money discussion is really interesting. And then number three, money attract money. Wow, look at that. Money attract money. Hey, what do I mean? Money attract money. So Delphine, what do I mean? Sarah, what do I mean that money attracts money? This is very interesting. Money attracts money. They say money calls other monies in different regions. That's why you find that when you break the barrier of poverty, when you break the barrier of poverty, when that barrier is broken, it is completely broken and you are able to see the money come. I remember last week, we were, we had one of our partners who came to Optive, and we have been attracting partners to support our foundation. Currently our foundation have got many ventures that we are doing. And then we got a partner who said, hey, George, I want to partner with you. And the partner delivered a check. I'm sure those who follow us on social media, you have seen the size of the check. As if that was not enough, we also got another one who said, I also want to double my contribution to the foundation. That means money attracts money. Money attracts money. That's why for you, for all these entrepreneurs right here, sometimes you need to go where other people go, where other entrepreneurs go. Sometimes join those forums whereby you know new people, you introduce yourself to new people, and that way they are able to know what does Dr. Mackenzie do. Money attracts money. And when you have it, you find more money coming. That's very interesting. And then number 4, money shines. Wow, look at that. Money is like a shining star. Jennifer, do you believe it? Money is like a shining star. Money shines. The other day I was reading a biography of one of the entrepreneurs who is no longer with us. And he was saying how he bought himself a Bentley, a Bentley car. Then he also stated, it's online, he said this Bentley car was 40 million. Can you imagine? Just a machine to drive you to Yaya, a machine just to take you somewhere, 40 million Kenya shillings. That means money shines. And the other day I saw a story of a certain MP who was posting online and saying, my Lexus 570, I only fuel 17,000 for a single trip to Nairobi. Wow, can you imagine? Money shines. And for us, an entrepreneur, there's a way to handle when money shines before us, or more than us. Maybe that's a discussion of another day. Another trade of money is that money brings special treatment. Hey, Jameni, Sabelina, you can imagine. Money brings special treatment. Tony Masika, do you believe it? That ukipata pesa, Jennifer, do you believe it? Ukipata pesa, you get special treatment. Let me tell you a story. One time I was going on a flight. I was on seat number 48, huko nyuma, huko kwa tele ya airplane. So when you are passing, you find people in business class. Hey, whereby the air hostess literally kneels down to ask you, what do you take? Do you take champagne? Do you take juice? Do you take orange? Yani, they're just asking you, even before the plane is up there. Can you imagine? Special attention. And then business class is so special. You have your own reading light. You are given some blanket to cover yourself. And the seat, the business class, is like a bed. You just place somewhere, and the entire seat becomes a bed. Jennifer, can you see that? Money makes you get a special treatment. Kwa hivyo pesa sio baya. That means as an entrepreneur, career person, you have to strategize on how to get this resource called money. People get special treatment. Let's now go to our discussion this evening. How do you attract this money in your business, in your career, in your venture? One of the things that I've discovered that attracts money is integrity. Wow, look at this. Integrity. I remember 2 years ago, I was doing some mentorship for young people, and I have a very influential friend in the banking sector. And I asked her, can you please take for me at least 5 young people that I mentor, give them a job? Little did I know that these financial institutions goes to the database of the country, what they used to call the CRB, and they check whether these individuals have been listed. Bad enough, all the 4 out of 5 that were listed. Can you imagine? 4 out of 5 they were in CRB, so they lost a job. Can you imagine? And then the argument is, if you see somebody is not paying M4S8 or Fuliza, the integrity is questionable. Only one person who got a job. Integrity attracts money. The same with our own businesses. Let me tell you something. Tony Masika, unanisikiza hapo. If you happen to be listed, even today, even after government lifted the CRB, you cannot get any loan. You cannot get any facility. That means if you have integrity issues, you cannot attract money. So I want to urge all my mentees, let us clear our names. Go out there, check. Are you still listed? If you are listed, do as much as you can to be removed from those lists, integrity issues. The same with our own friends. I know all of us, we are friends. Henry, Brian, you know, we have friends. Joseph Mose, we have friends. So do they view us as a people of integrity so that they can lend us money in terms of trouble? Can you imagine? Do they view us as a people of integrity? So integrity attracts money. I remember one time I was called by a financial institution. I was looking for some loan facility. And that time, banks were not giving money. But I remember one guy, when I did my pitch, my presentation, and one guy asked me, please comment about your integrity. And I did a story on how my integrity was tested, and I got a pass. I got the money. So all of us, we must work on that, whether personally, family-wise, our organization, our career. Integrity is a currency. It is key in attracting money. So try as much as possible to ensure that your integrity is not in question. Of course, you know the story of Optimin. There's a book I'm launching, and I hope you guys are coming to attend this book. It's called After the Pledge. This is a story whereby the money that never came to us, we were able to refund our customers money that never came to us. You read the story in the book. It's called After the Pledge. Why? We want to retain integrity, and integrity is equal to dollars. Integrity is equal to pounds. Integrity is equal to Kenya shillings. Integrity is equal to your influence. Number 2, how do you attract money? How do you attract money? Excellent customer service. Wow, Dr. Mackenzie, you can introduce some people to welcome parents when they are coming to your school. Can you imagine? I know you serve your parents with tea, you know, have some people right there serving tea, you know, and commenting, say, we value you, welcome to the school. Excellent customer service. And those who work with the Optimin, they know we escort our customers all the way to the lift. We know why. These are the source of our finances. It's the source of money. And ask yourself, what can you do? Those who are in career, your customer is your boss. Your customer is your boss. Make your boss shine. When your boss shines, definitely you'll also shine. Because next time they think about the person to promote, they will say, wow, let me promote Joki, because Joki is always there. Make your boss shine. Don't go out there, those who are in career, don't go out there so saying that my boss is stupid. My boss doesn't think. You never know. They might get this information. You'll be in trouble. You work for that organization for 50 years. Nobody promotes you because your mouth is betraying you. I was reading somewhere that there are a few M's we must take care of. One of them is our mouth. The second one is our mood. The third one is our mentality. We must take care of these M's so that you don't find yourself in trouble and you cannot be able to come out. Paul Good, you hear that? The 5 M's or the 3 M's. Excellent customer service. That's a game changer. You know, let me tell you a story. 2 days ago, I went to this place called the Waterfront. You know, I went there I was very thirsty and it was cold. I just wanted there to take a cup of tea. You know, I went there and I entered the restaurant. And I was testing how good they are in attracting money. I sat somewhere, the restaurant was not busy, but I was there for about 12.5 minutes. Yani, 12 minutes and 30 seconds, nobody spoke to me. Remember, the money for tea was in the pocket. Nobody was reading. Nobody was really speaking to me. And when the guys came and, I actually called them. They did not come. I called them. I asked them, do you know how much investment is this restaurant? Do you know how much? I know the owner is not here. Do you want to go home? You cannot talk to a customer, even to sell tea. Nikawasomea kidogo, na nikawafunza, nikawamenta, nikawambia next time, because I know the owner, I'll tell the owner how you are behaving. And they said very many stories. The same with our ventures. Have you ever tested your systems on customer service? Have you ever tested? Have you ever called, Joseph, Joachim, have you ever called your customers to ask them, how are we treating you? You can be doing sampling, and we do it at Optivate. I know we are not 100% there, but you can be able to test how your teams treats your customers. This man called Josephat, your security personnel, how are they treating the customers at the Destiny Life Church when the cars are entering there? That way, that customer has the money. If you want inflows in the organization, let your team, let your system treat the customers in a good way. Number three, a way of attracting money in your business or in your career or where you are working is having attractive goods or attractive services. Oh yes, attractive goods or attractive services. Before I came for this show, I was in a supermarket a few minutes ago, and tomorrow I'm traveling to Kisii, to see my friend there, and I was looking for a lotion, just a lotion, and I went through different brands. Then I saw most of the brands, they have got a screen, a screen that is advertising these lotions, Then I asked myself, wait a minute, the things is in the supermarket, right? Why should they put screens to talk about all these lotions? What is it? What are they trying to do? Then I discovered my topic tonight, how to attract money. They want you to be attracted to see the functionalities of those, mafuta yote, how does it work, so that you are attracted to pick. Can you imagine? They want to make their products attractive. Ask yourself, how are you making your products attractive? How are you making those who are in salon services? How are you making your salon attractive? What are you doing? Give yourself an assignment. Unafanya nini? Maybe asking me, George, hata wewe tuambie. Even you, tell us. How are you making Optivate attractive? Easy. For us, we are now putting some projects. We are putting underground power. We are putting solar street lighting. We are planting fruit in our properties. We are doing clubhouses. We are doing swimming pool because we want to make our properties attractive. Ask yourself, what are you doing to make your products, your services attractive? Unafanya nini to make sure that customers will be able to be attracted? Remember, customers have got choices. For them to remove the money, you must be very special. By the way, some of us, we give cashbacks, for example, to our customers. What offers are you giving to make your services attractive? Unafanya nini? And sometimes I see some friends of mine, you find that there's a salon in town, and this friend is coming all the way from Kangemi to town. Then I ask myself, what is making this customer to travel from Kangemi to town just for salon services? Maybe because those services are better. As a mentee, ask yourself, what can I do to make my venture more attractive? And definitely number 4, remember, we are talking about how to attract money. We said about integrity. Number 2, we talked about excellent customer service. Number 3, we talked about attractive goods and services. And then number 4, before I tell you number 4, just type there. I have my laptop on my side. Type there. How are you making your venture, your goods, your services attractive? I'll read the first 5. Just type it there. Type it there. Joseph, type it there. Peter Moshero, just type it there. Ezekiel Nganga, type it. I want to read a few. Let me push my laptop a little bit here. I want to read a few. Tabitha Thuku, type it there. Okay, let me see. Type it there. How are you making your services better, your goods better, your venture better? What are you doing to make it more attractive? Lucy, type it there. Joseph Mose, type. Prancy New, TechFi, type it there. Tony Masika, ngoja nione ni nini. I want to Jennifer says, cleanness, yani usafi, you are there. And then your space is clean. I love that. Joseph Joachim Gishalo says, being honest with your client. Wow, that's powerful. Never be dishonest, never overpromise. Just explain how your products are as they are. Don't oversell, don't overpromise. If the property is 4 kilometers to the ocean, be ping on it. It is not 3, it is 4.5. Never overpromise. This is somebody with the iPhone. By the way, you can rebrand you can put your name on the phone so that I mention you. There's somebody iPhone says by offering incentives and end of month offers. I love that. Joseph says being smart and professional. Yes, I love that. Your soldiers are very smart. I usually see them at Based in Life Church. Very smart. Dr. Mackenzie says ensure that we provide IT platforms as that's the wave in the future. I really love that ICT platform. Thank you, Dr. This is Jane Jogu, packing in white carrier bags. Hey, la, 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 la. I love that. Oh, yes. Peter Mushelo, regular feedback and follow-up. I love that. Yes, feedback. Feedback is the food of any venture. I love that. Okay, Dr. says, we have introduced financial literacy in our school. I love that. Thank you, Dr. Mackenzie. Tony Masika says, coffee, water to everyone. You guys, you are the best mentee ever. I love that. Asante sana. Tony Masika. I love that. Hey, Paul Guti. Emphatic listening to my clients. I really love that. Hosea Masharia, investing in latest technology to move with the times. Wow, I love it. George Abong, I am in real estate rentals and we give clean, groomed houses and respond to any complaints. Immediately we spot here. I love that. Asante sana, George Abong, your business will prosper. If you give that, biashara yako ita prosper. Brand Simew says, offering the best social media solutions for business. I love that. And the final one is somebody with infix. Remember, branding is key. So somebody with infix hotline play, please put your name so that I mention you. Soft language. Yeah, I love that. Don't be so tough. Don't be so tough. Wow. How to attract, you guys are good. How to attract money in business. We said integrity. We talked about excellent customer service, talk about attracting attractive goods and services. We talked about order. Number 4 is order. Wow, be orderly. Yeah, order. People want to see order. Order. Don't be everywhere. Don't be too busy. Business is like a flowing water. If you want water to flow, put a nice piping system. The business systems are like water piping system. The water will flow from ground floor to 20th floor. Wow, look at that. Order. Make your office orderly. Make your meetings orderly. Make your customers orderly. When you're receiving them, let them know you had prepared for them. Business is like water piping system. Make it flow. Let it flow. You know, and if you want order is important. One time I was looking for money to finance one of the projects. And I remember the financial institution sent me questions, you know, and these were the questions. They asked me, give us your leadership structure. Can you imagine? Give us your leadership structure. Aha. They also asked me, can you tell us about Optiven governance? Then they also asked, how is your decision-making process in Optiven? They also asked, how is the ownership? Can you provide us with the CR12? How is the ownership? When they're asking for leadership structure, wanataka kuona kama your business is orderly. CPA Daniel, they want to see, are you orderly? Do you have the board? Do you have the senior leadership? How is the structure? How is the flow of the information? When they're asking, share with us the decision-making process. They want to know whether Alice, yeye ndiye kusema kila kitu. And in a business that you're the only person who makes decisions, you are the only one who says and things are done. That is not business. That's a joke. you need to have a structure, you know, a structure that even if you're not there, even if Jumbe, you're not there, the work is continuing. Even if Julia is not there, even if Lilian Yamo is not there, the business is continuing. Decision-making process, they want to know. And then, if you want to attract money in your business, number 5, networks. Oh yes, networks. I always say, Sarah Mudigani, I always say, networks is net worth. Whom do you know? Can you imagine? Who do you know? We are living in a situation whereby the business owner, the leadership must network for business to attract finances, to attract money. Whom do you know? How is your network? How is your connection? And I remember, I asked one of the mentees, you know, in your organization, who are you with? Muko na nani pale? Mose, muko na nani? Other than you, who else is there? You are with who? You know, who is in the board? And I know some of you have been asking me, George, what are the things to consider when I want to bring somebody in my board? And there are many things to consider. Maybe you need to read my book, How to Start Small and Build an Empire. There's a whole topic on how to select board members, starting from their profession, their integrity, their honesty, you know, all those characters that you need to check. And the people want to know who are in your network. Some of us, we have no networks. You know, today, to be honest, Caroline Delito, if today you're in trouble, do you have 5 people you can call and they can give you 10,000 without asking questions? Do you have? Esther, do you have such people? Do you have such people? That's a question we must ask ourselves. Donald, this is Dina. Do you have such people? Chris B. Gashao, do you have such people? Mercy Sifa, do you have? How is your network? Please don't tell me about people in on your Facebook. Those are not networks. Network, I mean people that you can call and they can be able to support you or support your business. Number 6, how to attract money is branding. Yes, branding. Some people make a joke that big brands, they make more money. It is true, yes. You can imagine comparing a Safaricom and other, you know, providers that provide similar services and ask yourself, look at their profitability. You find people, 2 brands in the same industry, one brand making 100 billion. Another one is making a loss of 60 billion. What's the difference? What is it? It is basically branding. I know most of you want to be associated with the big brands. The other day I was in the US, you know, and I was speaking to one of the parents of the teenagers. And then because in the US, once you are 16, Dr. Mackenzie knows, you start working and you are paid in dollars. Like CK, for example, you know, those big brands. Then I was asking myself, why can't they buy from other brands items with similar functionality? They said no, they go for big brands. And that's why for all of you, for all of us, we must be able to build, number 1, ourselves as brands. Number 2, as our organizations as brands, so that we are able to attract money. Today, not many organizations that can compete with Optivate, because for 23 years, we have built up a very strong brand that if you're thinking about real estate, you cannot think of anybody else. You can only think of Optivate. The same with those who are running different ventures. Make it in a way that when people think of what you offer, they think about your venture, you know, and talk about it. Number 7, we are talking about physical ambience. Physical ambience. The outlook. Kampuni yako, ofisi yako, yakaa namna gani? How is the outlook? You know, how is the outlook? How is the ambience? Of course, this is one of the P's in marketing. You remember there are 7 P's in marketing. Physical ambience is one of them. That when people come to your school, Dr. Mackenzie, they say, wow, how about akilipisha have $1 million a term? I will pay. The physical ambience. People buy what they see. So make it so nice to your customers that they're able to remove money from their bank accounts and they pay you, you know, and that's what's magic. I remember one time, the time I was running a very small organization, there was this company that gave us an order and they said, we want to come and see your office. Say my embarrassment. That time we were in the Duruma Road and the office had only one desk and one seat that was torn. You know, and these guys were coming. They said we are coming on Friday. That Friday, I went to a friend, borrowed a seat and put a seat in that office. The table was very heavy, so I could not move it. So nikatafuta kitambaa ya Masai, ya Kimasai colors, nikaweka pale. I waited for them on Friday. They did not come. They did not even send apologies. Then I returned the seat, and then I just retained my kitambaa on the table. Who unto me on Monday, they were there at 9. And they found that my office was horrible. It was terrible. The seat was torn. I was embarrassed. I had no words. And I lost the order. Yeah, the order was 70,000 Kenya shillings. That was 1999. That was a lot of money. In fact, they say this a small organization cannot be trusted. Just because of physical ambience, the outlook alone. From that day, I said, wait a minute. I have learned a lesson. Today, if you come to Optimate, we have the most beautiful office, the whole of the city of Nairobi. Because I know when Paul Guti comes to Absa Plaza, 2nd floor, you see the ambience of that office. You leave a check for Vipingo without asking where Vipingo is. You know why? Appearances sell. Ambience, not only physical, even ourselves. Yeah. I know some people want to be like the owner of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, with the jeans, you know, with the torn jeans, you know. And I hear some people calling those jeans, ile jeans imekuliwa na ng'ombe, you know, those jeans. Remember, we are in Africa. We were colonized by Britons, and some people, you know, gauge you the way you are dressed. You are addressed the way you are dressed. You know, Sabrina, people address you the way you are dressed. So Paul Guti, when you come to look for business, wear it bad too. It doesn't hurt, you know, be smart so that people, because their orientation is that way, you are able to tell this guy is a good guy. So brand yourself nicely and make yourself fantastic. So that physical thing is very important. Then number 8, and the last one is how to attract money is the people. The people you work with, how are they? How is their culture? You know, the people you work with, those who are running big ventures, like running a school, how are the teachers? How do they speak to the students? How do they handle the students? How do they handle the parents? The people you're working with, you are receptionist, you are admin, akonamnagani. Maybe it's a discussion of another day. They say the first impression is the lasting impression. The way I come to Mr. Mwangi's office, the first person I find there will give me a picture on how Mwangi's venture looks like, how Tabitha's venture looks like. So you as an entrepreneur, as a manager, as a career person, you must train these people. The people handling people, do you train them? Do you mentor them? Do you shape them up? I give you a story of that restaurant. Maybe these guys are not properly trained on how to handle customers, and that's how we lose. And once we do the proper training, the right culture of these people, I can tell you the money will be flowing. I can see you have very few minutes, you have less than 10 minutes, and I want you to put a comment or two, a question or two I can answer. Allow me to do the conclusion on a very simple things that I've discovered over 24 years in business. Number 1, don't be greedy with money. Money will come, yes. Joseph, pesa itakuja. Don't be greedy with the money. Love the money, but do not be greedy. Don't hate it. Don't hate the money, but don't be greedy. So when things don't work out, please pay back even if you make a mistake, pay back customers' money. Number two, tell money where to go. Oh, yes, that's what we talk about planning. Tell the money where to go. Let money not tell you where you should go. The other day, I was doing some mentorship of a friend of mine who has been addicted on alcohol, you know, and he was very open. He told me every time he passes near a bar, he doesn't know how he finds himself in the counter saying, hey, leta hiyo mzinga, leta hiyo mzinga. Na hata pesa haijatosha. So can you imagine? He is going there, he has no money, and he's lacking authority to tell the money where to go. Number three, make money a slave. Let the money be your slave. Money should work for you, not you working for the money. Money should be able to work for you. Put systems, develop systems that even if you are asleep, you know, money is working for you. I know this guy who developed an app called TapTap. It's an app for sending money. Whether it is at night, whether it's in the morning, TapTap is sending money. There's another software called WirePay. Whether it is night, whether it's during the day, the money is being sent. I have seen many financial institutions automating. So make money a slave. Money should be able to work for you. And the game changer is, if you want to be in control, be a giver, be a philanthropist. Wewe mtu wa kupeana, usiwe mtu mkono gamu. Be a philanthropist, be a giver. When you give, definitely, the universe will be able to communicate to add you more for you to be able to give. And finally, just do the right thing. Just do the right things. Don't do crazy things for the sake of money. Don't kill because you need money. Don't be jealous because you need money. Don't compete because you need money. If you have to compete, only compete with yourself. I always tell people, I'm a believer of abundance mentality. If someone like Dr. Mackenzie is running a school, I know of the neighborhood, there are other two or three schools. Don't worry about those ones. Make your school so good that people will be telling each other, this is the best school on the neighborhood. Forget about doing research about your competition. That's an old way. It's an old style of doing business. Make yourself so good, compete with yourself. And once you compete with yourself, definitely you'll be like a shining star. And that's what we do at Optimate. We don't bother about other real estate. We bother about ourselves. Can we make ourselves better? And once you make yourself better, definitely money will find a way inside your pocket. MIP, money in the pocket. And once you do that, Tony, Masika, we are going to be better. Regina, once we do that, we are going to be better. Courier David, we can only be better. Engineer Yvonne, I see you. We can only be better. I'll give you a few minutes, maybe 5 minutes, in case of comment, question, and then we shall be able to conclude our discussion this evening right here from my desk. And I'm so happy to see all of you. I can't wait to see you building a graduation that is approaching pretty fast. Remember the rules of graduation. You must attend 70% of the classes. And Ninabu Nanagilai, our vice chancellor, the goats that you are going to eat, they are becoming ready. So get ready for the graduation very soon. And I'm waiting on my platform to see whether there are any comment, any question, and then I'll be able to read. I have 2 gadgets, so I'm able to read all your comments even as I speak. So please go, say something before we conclude. We have less than 8 minutes and we are able to conclude shortly. Okay. Esther says, I've been trained by the best mentor. Thank you, Esther. I have seen you improve right from your communication, the way you talk, the way you handle people. I have seen a lot of improvement. Brian Simeon says, branding is not all about logos. I like that. And merchandising, it's all about you make people feel about your business. I think I love that. I think I love that. Joseph Joachim, wow, says, thank you very much for information session. Kindly tell us how you used, let me see, you used a loan to grow Optimum at the initial stages. Yes, I can be able to explain that the Optiven is a capital intensive organization. It is capital intensive. You need a lot of money. For example, to buy 1,000 acres in Nanyuki, you need a lot of money. And they say that debt financing is expensive, but debt financing has got some freedom as opposed to equity financing. Equity financing, remember, you are partnering with somebody, and that somebody want to be part and parcel of decision making. I know many entrepreneurs like Joseph Joachim, you do not want to be policed, you know, you want your own freedom. That's why sometimes entrepreneurs go for debt financing, because you have freedom. The secret is for debt financing, you borrow and make your calculations, calculate your return on investments to ensure that if you borrow at 13%, we used to borrow at 13%. Today I got a letter from financial. Wameshaongeza interest to 18.5%. That means if you borrow at 18.5%, the business you are doing, whether it's salon, whether it's a school, the return must be higher than 18.5%. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble. And not only that margin. Remember, you are paying salaries, you are paying, you are maintaining your facility. So you must be able to have an accountant who can be able to advise you. Of course, they say that loans are very, very tricky. So if you don't manage it well, you can easily be auctioned, you know, like the way I was done when I was doing a higher business and the tours and travel. So you must have a good accountant to ensure that they are doing proper numbers. The numbers must be proper. And I'm happy that we have been able to grow Optiven through debt financing. Of course, now we mix a little bit with the equity financing, and by the grace of God, we have been growing. We have been growing. Thank you, Joseph Joachim. And this is Josephat Mose. It has been great teachings from our mentor. Thank you, Josephat, and keep growing. One thing I've learned about Josephat is that this guy has picked social media. This guy is all out there talking about his clean guards, and the guy is doing a good job. Thank you, Josephat. Very proud of you. Yvonne, thank you so much for the insights. Thank you, Yvonne. You can tell me what you are doing now. Yvonne is an architect or a designer. Yes, one of those. I think it's an architect. You can tell us what you are doing developing this nation. Let me see. This is Yvonne. I'm going down. Let me see, who is this? This is Henry. Henry there, Henry Crop. Thank you very much, Mentor. Kube money is all over. It's a matter of how to attract it. Yes, I agree. Yeah, pesa iko everywhere. Money is all over. Yeah, Henry Crop, let me tell you a story. Today I went to visit a Chinese friend of mine, you know, and he said a very interesting statement. You know, he's doing some houses somewhere in Lavington, and then he's doing 17 floors. Can you imagine? 17 floors. Then he asked him, hey, wait a minute. This is your 8th development in Kenya. And this guy, this Chinese guy, he calls himself Gitao. And I thought he's a Kikuyu fellow. So I asked him, Webweka, and then he told me, Debweka, and he's a Chinese guy. Then he said something that was very interesting. He told me, there are so many wealthy people in China. They want to come to Africa to invest. They don't know how. And for us here in Kenya, you know, we are the answer to them. So when you see us do this huge development, we are getting money from China, from billionaires from China, and you are doing real estate in Kenya. Yes, I agree with you, Henry Crop. There is no shortage of money. There is no shortage of money. There is shortage of ideas. Let us build our capacity and the money will find us. We shall attract the money. Remember the secrets: integrity, customer service, physical ambience, the way you treat your people. Let me tell you, the money will come to you and you will shine. Ezekiel Nganga, mine is to thank you, our mentor, for I have learned a lot and I can feel the growth in my business through mentorship classes. Wow, what a statement in the evening, Ezekiel. These are the statements that encourages me. I get strength that businesses are growing. Remember, our intention is job creation. Our intention, Ezekiel, is your business to grow. That's a fantastic testimonial. You have made me happy. I will sleep well tonight. This is who? Wow, our time is running out. This is who? This is Jane Jogu. Jane Jogu. About orderliness, I promise myself to improve beginning now. Yeah, so Jane Jogu, please, I would like to see the shoe you have, the way you carry out yourself, because it all starts with you and it goes to your business and then to your people, then to your systems. Peter Moshero, the best lesson. You answered many of my financial questions. May God bless you and may God do you well. Lilian Yamo says, I'm a type 2, letter T. I don't know whether the T means talented or timely. I do not know. This is Lilian. Finally, this is Sarah Modigani. Thank you so much, sir. I love the ambience part of the session. Visit Optiven, you'll be able to see the ambience. Visit our project near Kiambu, a project called Amaniriji, the Place of Peace. I would like Nagilai to share that project. I did a video the other day. You see the ambience of that project, and it's attracting a lot of customers to Optiven. This is Severina Karemi Mashoka. Thank you. It's an educative and very memorable session. God bless. Hallelujah. Okay, Regina, thank you very much for your continued teaching. You are changing lives. I love that in the world. If only we can all do the same to our society, the world can be a good place. Oh, yes. Thank you, Regina. Life is about giving. Life is about giving. Lilian Yamo, thank you for mentorship. It gives me food for thought. I like that. You are thinking. Joseph Joachim, thank you. This is Gina Yvonne. I'm currently doing both architectural and structural drawings while pursuing diploma in civil engineering. This is a young lady who is very aggressive. Thank you. CPA Dr. Daniel Muguko. This is a liberation. Thank you, CPA Dr. Daniel Muguko. Muguko, asante sana. Finally, Paul Guti, my good friend. Thank you for the great insights on money. I am equipped and empowered to attract much more money, ready to go. Without much ado, let me stop there. Thank you for many comments, many comments. I value you. I take this mic back to our Vice Chancellor, if he is able, right there in Kisumu. And today I'm joining Nagilai in the land of Kisi community to celebrate with our customer called Boaz. So back to Nagilai.
Wow, that was epic. That was awesome. Thank you, our mentor. Yes, I am here in the land of Kisumu, and we thank God for the journey masses we traveled today. And I'm happy that all of us managed to join and got to learn. Thank you, our mentor. We really learned today, and I can see people have taken notes. And as I said before, we learn, then we implement what we learn, and that will take us places. So thank you, our mentor. We really appreciate you. We appreciate your time from your busy schedule, and you are able to get time for us. We really appreciate you. Yes, and as you said before, we welcome each and every one of you. We have a book launch that is happening on 28th of this month. So if you are interested, you can talk to me, or you can chat Esther. Esther is also here. So you can always reach to either of us so that we can give you more details on the event. It will be a dinner at Serena. So thank you, our mentor. Thank you all the mentees for joining tonight, and we bless the Lord. Thank you for those who are in diaspora. We really appreciate all of you. I can see Dr. saying, interested to attend the book launch. Awesome. Yes, Esther, please make sure that you share the details of the book launch with Dr. So thank you so much. We really appreciate you. See you next week. I will let you know the day and the date so that we can be able to join our mentor as he takes us through. And remember, the buses are ready. The ground is ready. Keep attending the classes. We are only looking at 70%. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a fantastic time from whichever time zone you are. Blessings, blessings galore.